Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is NTTV Nightly News.
U.S. airmen were rescued from Iran.
College students find struggles getting internships.
And your favorite highway is under construction again.
Evening. Thank you for joining us on NTTV Nightly News. I'm Evanson Franklove.
And I'm Zaria Holloman. A dramatic rescue of an American airman shot down over Iran and new threats from President Trump as the United States and Israel continue their attacks on Iran. The Iranian Red Crescent searched through rubble after continued attacks by U.S. and Israeli forces on Monday. In a morning news conference, President Trump repeated weakened threats if the Iranians refuse to reopen the Straits of Hormuz. Those threats came after a dramatic weekend rescue of an airman shot down on Friday. The pilot of the F-15 Struck Eagle was immediately rescued, but it wasn't until Sunday that U.S. forces rescued his weapons officer. The rescue required an elaborate mission involving the CIA, multiple aircraft, and special forces. General Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said a second rescue aircraft was hit by enemy fire.
This pilot continued to fight, continued the mission, and then upon exit flew his aircraft into another country and determined that the airplane was not landable. This was one of our A-10 Sandy aircraft. The pilot then made the decision to eject over friendly territory and was quickly and safely recovered and is doing fine.
Late today, President Trump repeated the weekend threat to destroy Iranian bridges and power plants if the shipping lanes are not reopened by tomorrow night.
After another weekend of unrest in the Middle East, rising gas prices continue taking the spotlight. Following President Trump's continued threats, the price of crude oil rose almost 2%, sending the average price of gasoline to $4.11. That is the highest since 2022 and more than $1 since the beginning of the war. The oil-producing countries in OPEC Plus Express worries that the president's ultimatum will cause prices to continue climbing.
Evanson, with how high these gas prices are, I don't even really want to drive anywhere.
Yeah, and don't forget about the storm that just happened last Friday. That kept me inside also.
Me as well. And honestly, I don't know that much about gas prices, but I do know that the clouds are clearing up and the sun is coming out. So let's check with our weather anchor, Ian Cropper. Ian?
Thanks, guys. Well, it is true that we're not going to have any rain in the immediate future. Right now, our actual and feels like temperature both at 72 degrees. It's nice and sunny out. Wind is down substantially from this time last week, only 7 miles per hour to the east-southeast. Going into the night, it will get a bit chillier. It's going to be an actual and feels like temperature of 56, and we will get some clouds, so you will want a jacket. Wind dying down a little bit, just 5 miles per hour to the east. Going to tomorrow, it's going to be mostly the same as it is right now, except those clouds that come in tonight will remain. Other than that, actual and feels like temperature of 73, wind picking up a little bit again to 9 miles per hour to the southeast. Other than that, we will see some changes later in the week, but I'll be back after the break for that. For the meantime, back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Ian. It's less than a month until the end of the semester, and students are looking for internships and graduates are looking for jobs. Jaden Crumpton is at the G. Brent Ryan College of Business here on the UNT campus.
Thanks, Zaria. It was just 6 years ago now that the pandemic crashed the job market, and now it looks like things are once again heading downhill. College campuses across the United States are reporting a downturn in employer registration at job fairs, and this floundering job market looks to be the worst it's been for college graduates since 2020. With unemployment rates for college graduates now nearing 6%, with about 40% of those college grads saying they're working in jobs that don't typically require a degree. All of that points to the value of college internships, something Dr. Brian Hirsch says is a big focus for the Career Center at the G. Brent Ryan College of Business.
That is directly related to the work that you do when you graduate is very helpful. The other thing is that students who do internships tend to do a lot better in their classes because they're learning real-world things that they can come back and apply in their classes.
Often a lot of other parts of the country, stating that there's over 1,000 internships currently open here in Texas. Frustrated workers have looked to pin the cause of their struggles on one thing, many pointing to artificial intelligence, though the more likely cause is that people are now living longer and therefore working longer than ever, meaning less spots to fill for young people looking to step into their fields with their first opportunities. Despite the overall downturn in employment, those with college degrees are still faring better than their counterparts without. Reporting live for North Texas Television, I'm Jaden Crumpton. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Jaden. The Texas Comptroller's Office released data about the demographic of applicants for the state's new school voucher program last week. According to the information released, most of the applicants were white families and families with children who were previously in private schools. As of late March, 45% of applicants are white, 23% are Hispanic, and 11% are black. Low-income families make up only 36% of applicants. In comparison, the demographic of students who make up the population of students in Texas public schools are only 24% white, 54% Hispanic, and 13% black. About 60% of public schools students in Texas are considered low income. The voucher program was designed to create alternative to public schools. Because there are more applications than funds, priorities will be given to children from low-income families and children with special needs.
Well, driving is about to get a whole lot more exciting here in North Texas. One of our favorite highways in Denton is getting an update.
That's right. Denton drivers may need to find a new route. Our live shot reporter Alexandra Teeters has more on the story. Alexandra?
Thanks, guys. I-35 here in North Denton will be the next highway getting a makeover. Starting tonight and ending on the 10th, all south and northbound lanes will be closed overnight. If you are traveling between the hours of 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., you will be detoured at Milam Road. Southbound lanes will be closed tonight through Wednesday. Northbound lanes will be closed Wednesday through Friday. The closures are part of a current project by the Texas Department of Transportation. Reconstruction of the roads is meant to ease traffic conditions in the future by adding extra lanes and ramp updates. For now, you can plan to be caught up in a little bit of extra traffic, and you are encouraged to drive cautiously. That's all I have tonight. For NTTV Live, I'm Alexandria Teeters. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Alexandra. Coming up, the Today Show Savannah Guthrie makes her return.
And more on the Artemis Day after the break. And this helicopter doubled as the Easter Bunny yesterday, dropping thousands of Easter eggs in a field in Colorado. 6,000 of those colorful eggs came raining down, and then the kids went into egg gathering action.
Property Brothers have won!
It's a jibber jabber. Yes, jibber jabber.
Jibber Jabber is a man on the street NTTV show for Instagram that's in its 7th season. With 2 hosts, 1 comfy chair, and a Would You Do Something bowl.
Pretty much the gist of our show is that we're going to be inviting UNT students, all of our lovely family over, and we're going to be talking to them. And when we run out of things to say, we're going to ask them,
would you do something?
I think we're ready to do something.
Yeah.
Fortnite son or Minecraft daughter?
We're NTTV's longest running Spanish entertainment show, and we're all about culture, creativity, and community in Spanish.
Vámonos.
Welcome back to Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas.
Color the world with peace and joy.
Tell me, Diva, what's the tea?
My Nisha drag is dumb.
The spirits have guided you to me.
For the first time in 53 years, astronauts are orbiting the moon at this hour.
The crew of Artemis 2 set a new record today, traveling the farthest distance humans have ever seen from Earth. As the spacecraft approached the moon, Michael Yoshida reports that what made today special was a recorded message from one of the last Apollo astronauts to have circled the moon.
Hello, Artemis 2. This is Apollo astronaut Jim Lovell. Welcome to my old neighborhood.
On day 6 of their mission, the crew of Artemis 2 waking up to a recording from recently deceased Apollo 13 astronaut Jim Lovell.
I'm proud to pass that torch on to you as you swing around the moon and lay the groundwork for missions to Mars.
Their lunar flyby breaking his record, traveling farther from Earth than any human, and setting eyes on parts of the moon no human has before.
We most importantly choose this moment to challenge this generation and the next to make sure this record is not long-lived.
At their closest, an estimated distance of 4,070 miles from the moon, the crew will be surveying the moon's far side, which always faces away from Earth. The astronauts received extensive training from experts in how to scientifically observe the moon and its unique features.
They'll be taking pictures, making observations, pretty much the whole day event.
Views that can reveal more about its history, also noting details on soil composition, terrain, and other insights that will be vital to future missions.
At some point, we got to go back to the surface, and we're doing a bit of a recon right now, in addition to testing the spacecraft.
In all, the astronauts have roughly 7 hours to look, take notes, and photos during the flyby.
We're going to learn an awful lot about the spacecraft, which is pretty paramount to set up for subsequent missions like Artemis 3 in 2027, and of course, the lunar landing itself on Artemis 4 in 2028.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
Artemis is now on the backside of the moon, which means no communication with mission control. NASA expects to restore communication around 6:25 local time. Stay with us and we'll check in with NASA at the end of Nightly News.
After over 2 months off the air, the Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie returned to the air. Guthrie has been off television since the abduction of her mother from her Arizona home in February, which officials say is still under investigation. CNN's Ivana Scatola has the story.
It's good to be home.
Yes, it is good to have you back at home.
Well, here we go, ready or not.
Yeah.
Let's do the news.
Yes, so good to have you back. All right.
Savannah Guthrie made an emotional return to co-hosting NBC's Today Show. She stepped away after her mother, Nancy Guthrie, vanished from her home 2 months ago. Guthrie wore a yellow dress, the same colour as the flowers and ribbons people placed outside her mother's home. Yellow ribbons and flowers often represent hope for a missing person. Fans also wore yellow ribbons and held signs of support on the Today Plaza.
These signs are so beautiful. You guys have been so beautiful. I've received so many letters, so much kindness to me and my whole family. We feel it.
Officials say the investigation into Nancy Guthrie's disappearance is still active and no suspects have been identified.
2 baby bald eagles are getting attention across the country, and it's all happening live.
Yes, and the best part about this is the timing. One of them hatched on Easter morning. Our segment anchor Shannon Todd has more insight as to why America can't stop watching. Shannon?
Thank you, guys. And yes, Zaria, the world is watching closely as not just 1, but 2 bald eagle chicks hatched live in Big Bear, California. Let's see how eager these chicks have been since their big appearance this weekend. Zach Boedo has more on the story.
There's not just 1, but now 2 new eaglets in the Big Bear bald eagle nest.
Chick 2 decided to make an appearance to the world at around 8:30 this morning, so we're all just filled with joy and happiness, and we're so excited.
The little gray-haired chicks both hatching from their eggs this weekend. Chick 1 on Saturday night and Chick 2 on Easter morning.
These 2 little chicks seem to be pretty eager to get out there, and they've been quite productive. And now the first chick has even had bites of food to eat today.
Mom and Dad Jackie and Shadow, the beloved Big Bear Valley bald eagles, whose nest is live-streamed 24/7, laid these eggs in February after losing their first clutch of the year.
Normally, Jackie likes to lay her eggs in January, and so for it to hatch on Easter, well, that's quite special.
Soon, local Big Bear 3rd graders will pick the names for these 2 based on suggestions from the community, a tradition since 2014.
It's very fun, and that's what we'll be watching to see is just they get up and they eat and they fall over and they're cute and they poop on each other and their parents and all over the nest. And Jackie and Shadow work really hard all day long, keeping them safe.
Now the world will be watching closely as Jackie and Shadow raise their new chicks into big, strong bald eagles ready to leave the nest sometime this summer, just like their siblings, Sunny and Gizmo.
Jackie and Shadow now join more than 300,000 bald eagles across North America. And these eaglets continue to grow. People everywhere will be watching them for the first flight. I'm Shannon Todd with NTTV. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Shannon. Well, birds are flying, flowers are blooming. You would think that means we're in summer. Isn't that right, Zaria?
One might think, but we do live in Texas, so we could even have a thunderstorm overnight. You can just never be too sure.
Well, one thing for sure is we wouldn't know, but it's a good thing our weather anchor Ian Cropper is here to give us a good look at the week. Ian?
Thanks, guys. Well, we're not in summer because we're not in triple digits and nothing's on fire yet. Actually, the temperatures are remarkably consistent across the region. In fact, you only see 3 numbers on this screen, 71, 72, and 73. In Denton right now it's 72, same as in Fort Worth, 73 in Dallas. Zooming out to the state as a whole, you do see a bit more variance, but not much. Your low for the region is 70 in Shreveport, while your high is 75 in Austin. That's only a difference of 5 degrees. So Denton's weather of sun with temperatures in the low to mid 70s is consistent across the region. But if we go out to that 7-day forecast, you'll notice it's not going to stay like that forever. Because you'll notice over the week it does slowly get more cloudy and temperatures trickle up from the 70s to the 80s, particularly on Sunday and Monday when we start to get chances of thunderstorms. Fortunately, before then it should be fairly nice for outdoor activities, especially on Thursday and Friday when we're going to have temperatures at 81 and 80. That's all I have for weather. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Ian. The semester is coming to a close, which means exam season is almost here. While many students may be already feeling the stress, our live shot reporter Katie Muncie has an event that might help you relieve some stress.
Thanks, Evanson. Finals are just around the corner and some students are starting to feel that strain. However, this organization is hosting a 3-day meditation retreat where staff and students can come and clear their mind. The goal of this retreat is to create a happy and mindful campus community where students thrive in life and lead with clarity in mind. You can find this retreat in room 341 in the UNT Union. That's all I have for tonight. With NTTV Nightly News, I'm Katie Muncie.
Thanks, Katie. Coming up, you may want to rethink your energy drink of choice. Water might be your best bet. We'll explain later.
And a shocking discovery in the Bahamas, and sharks are in the middle of it all. We'll have more after the break. Out the traditional Easter egg roll at the White House. This tradition began back in 1878. Those Easter eggs rolled out on the White House South Lawn, and kiddos 13 and younger went into full Easter egg gathering mode.
This was dangerous, but did they listen? No!
I've been having these dreams.
Welcome in.
This is part of the process, Eric. I only want what is best for you.
You want me to go on and on with the program until there's nothing left of me.
We are one now. Our goals are the same.
No, they're not.
Don't get your hopes up. Is that it? That's it.
Nothing can stop me now!
Yo.
Well, if you didn't think pollution in our oceans was a problem before, listen to this. Researchers have recently discovered sharks are testing positive for cocaine, caffeine, and painkillers. The study was conducted near Eleuthera Island in the Bahamas. This marks the first time caffeine and painkillers have been found in sharks. It's the second time cocaine has been found in the marine wildlife. Where are these harmful drugs coming from? Researchers believe this contamination is a result of human pollution. Their findings support growing concerns of destroying ecosystems in the oceans and the growing impact of tourism without safeguards to protect the enforcement.
College students are juggling classes, work, and busy social lives, but with sleep often put on the sidelines. Many are turning to energy drinks to try to replace quality sleep. Our segment anchor, Naomi Ojamo, takes a look at this growing trend and how it affects our health. Naomi?
Daria, that's right. Late nights, early mornings, and everything in between. College students are skipping sleep just to keep up, and many are turning to energy drinks to try and fill that gap. But health experts warn that no drink can truly replace a good night's rest.
Red Bull give you wings, man. I believe it. Let's be for real. I drink it, and drink it until I can't, you know?
Students at the University of North Texas are balancing classes, jobs, and social life, often staying up late to get everything done.
I'd rather continue doing what I need to do than lay down for a nap and stuff.
To push through the day, many students say they rely on caffeine, especially energy drinks.
I drink it every time. Every time I get a chance, you know, every day, you know, wake up in the morning, pop one. When I'm about to go to work, pop one again. Drink one again. Sometimes on a good note, I might pop one before I go to sleep.
Late nights at places like Willis Library have become routine, often fueled by caffeine and long study sessions. But health experts warn that energy drinks are only a temporary fix and can come with risk. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommend adults get at least 7 hours of sleep each night. Experts say while energy drinks may help students stay awake in the moment, they don't replace the benefits of a good night's rest. In fact, relying on them too often can actually make sleep problems worsen over time. Energy drinks might give you a quick boost, but health experts strongly warn that nothing can replace quality sleep. Adults need a minimum of 7 to 9 hours of rest each night to stay healthy, alert, and focused. Health experts warn that skipping sleep can affect memory, mental, and overall health. Relying solely on energy drinks can lead to heart problems, anxiety, and other serious issues. With your help, I'm Naomi Ojamo. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Naomi. Zaria, you know I never drank an energy drink when I played football or any sport.
Okay. Evanson, you really have to let it go, okay? It's okay, because you don't play anymore. But let's hear about athletes who do play from our sports anchor, Beth Spicer. Beth?
Some amazing college basketball, women's hockey, and the Mean Green comeback.
She was the oldest woman to
Burn.
ever medal in the slalom run. So I believe that she's now the youngest. Yes, the youngest and the oldest.
Prominent women's sports is right now, especially when women's hockey is one of the biggest growing sports in the world right now.
If somebody told you, kind of coming back to the past and telling your past self that this team would be one win away from making the college football playoff, how would you react knowing that you've covered this team for so long?
Let's talk a little bit about the strengths of this UNT basketball team. Like, what are we good at? When it comes to UNT, we've always been a slower pace team, and that has continued into the Daniel Robinson era.
And welcome to a very special edition of Prove It or Lose It. Matthew.
Can I have Silverstone? It's the only name that looks familiar.
This comes to an end tonight after the month of basketball. The UCLA Bruins win their first ever March Madness tournament after beating South Carolina 79-51. Lauren Betts had 14 points and 2 rebounds. This loss for South Carolina is their second straight loss in the championship game after losing to UConn last year. Basketball isn't over just yet with the men's championship game tonight with UConn on Michigan at 7:50. Michigan comes off a big win after beating Arizona 90-73 in the final round. Michigan is chasing its first title since 2018, whereas UConn is chasing its 4th title in 5 years. It seems every week women's sports keep breaking its attendance records. Last week, the Denver Summit broke their NWA record, and now the New York Sirens have broken the PWHL record, or Professional Women's Hockey League record in Garden. The record is 18,000 during the New York Sirens and the Seattle. Hannah with the record 17,000 set over a month ago, or after the Winter Olympics. Hopefully another record is broken soon for women's sports. One lesson to learn is don't count out the Mean Green. On Thursday, the Mean Green fell early in the game behind Florida Atlantic after only the 2nd inning. But they didn't let the Owls have the lead long. The Mean Green scored and tied the game. By up in the 5th inning, the team stayed tied until the 10th inning, where Casey Solvex recorded a walk-off RBI single for the win of 5-4. The Mean Green went on to win the second game of the day 13-4 and lost Friday night 17-7. Despite the loss, it goes down as a conference series win for the UNT. The Mean Green is now 11-4 in conference play. You can catch UNT home on Friday in a series against East Carolina. That's all I have for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Beth. Well, we've been waiting for the Artemis II to reappear from behind the moon. We lost communications contact with the spacecraft when they began their flyby about 5:30 our time.
As you can see, we're taking a look. They have been out of touch for a little under an hour. During that time, they were conducting observation of the moon's surface, the first time any human has ever seen this part of the moon.
NASA wants this verification of scientific targets, such as craters and surface formations. The idea is that these observations will help improve our understanding of lunar geology and also how land actually develops.
Even the communications blackout has a purpose. This tests overall deep space communication systems and just how well it all comes back online once it comes out from behind the moon.
I think it's amazing that, we have people on the moon, but you can't pay me no amount of money to go up to space.
I could get a little bit of moon dust.
Not me. That's definitely not me. Thanks for watching NTTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television. Wait.